and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys. And yes, it is a little bit late. You know, this doesn't happen often, but today I wasn't able to upload immediately after the game. But we've won El Clasico. Barça again record victory over Real Madrid, and it's that man again who's announced himself as a Barcelona player, Raphinha, with an absolute stunner, a goal worthy of winning any Clasico, pre-season or not. We're going to be talking all about the game, where even despite there being just the one goal, there was plenty of action, even if Real Madrid failed to register a shot on target. And since we're a little bit after the game too, we're going to be able to talk about Xavi's words and his reaction to that performance. It is all coming your way. So let's get to it. And what I have to say, first of all, guys, on this one is the atmosphere in Vegas last night. Absolutely incredible inside the stadium. You know, even before the game, the anticipation, the expectation was building, and it did feel like a proper Clasico. This was something here where the two teams were fully into it. There was even a bit of a coming together, you know, such was the tension inside of the stadium. And as you can see here, Xavi starting now, I feel, to line up with potentially some of his strongest lineups, because as you can see here, Jordi Alba and Busquets returning to the starting lineup. It was interesting to see again Araujo at right back, just like we saw him at the Bernabeu in the previous Clasico, looking there to shut down Vinicius. Eric Garcia was alongside Christensen. Xavi came into midfield alongside Pedri, and Robert Lewandowski, yes, making his Barça debut. What a moment! And before we do indeed get into some of the highlights, just want to point out there, speaking about Araujo at right back, what a performance it was from him. Because if I had to sum up, you know, that performance in a word again, with Araujo, it would be dominating. That is what he does. He goes out there against some brilliant players. Let's not be in any doubt here about the kind of quality that he's up against in Real Madrid, in Vinicius there, and he just shuts them down. He meets them head on. He's not scared of anybody. He's aggressive in the way he goes about his game, and he stops danger at source. And it was yet again another really, really impressive showing in a big match from Araujo. And I've got to give as well special praise to Andreas Christensen. I do think throughout this pre-season in America, he's been growing. You know, a lot of people have said behind the scenes that people have been surprised about him, even inside of the club, in terms of the way that he's trained, the way that he's looked in himself. And I think so far in his Barca career, he's going nicely under the radar. He's growing, he's improving, he looks comfortable, and it was yet another assured performance, I feel, in what looks to be a very astute signing. But if we do indeed take a closer look at the match action, and it didn't take long for Barca to start causing Real Madrid some problems, and as you can see here, it is Araujo in that right back area who plays a good ball up the field. You know, Barca turning it over there, playing it in behind the Lewandowski, and he turns Real. He gets in behind them really nicely too. And what I like about this is the pace that Lewandowski shows. You know, he takes off there. He leaves Real Madrid behind, advancing there into the final third. He's looking up, he's looking for another option. In the end, he goes for goal. Good shot, good attempt on target, and forces the save from Thibaut Courtois. And several times you're going to see in this game Lewandowski just showing what he will be bringing to this team. There was an effort there, though, long range, it has to be said, from Fede Valverde. And Real Madrid were basically reduced to this. There was a few moments they had in and around the area, but they were shots from distance. This one, great effort to be fair, cannoning off the post. But I want to take a closer look at this here, because I think the really important thing about the way that Barca approached this game, especially in that first half, it was the high pressing. It was bringing the intensity straight away again, and you can see there the amount of pressure on Real Madrid. It's Camavinga there who's looking to basically do skills in his own box, and Pedri's right there to close him down. He wins the ball back, immediately picks out Ansu Fati, and I've got to be honest, in this position, you expect him to score. You know that Ansu Fati from there, he is absolutely clinical. I was very, very surprised there that he pulls that one wide. Courtois got out to him very, very quickly, and it was exactly the same sort of situation minutes later then. And we kept on pressurising Real Madrid, forcing them into mistakes, because yeah, Raphinha's goal is basically set up here by his countryman Militao, but we forced that error. We put the pressure on him there to make him panic and release that ball into a dangerous area. But what I'm going to highlight about this goal, obviously we're going to talk about the finish, but the first touch from from Raphinha, because as that ball there is lofting towards him, he brings it down immaculately. He kills that ball there with one touch, and then bang! There is no hesitation. And this is a guy right now who is full of confidence. He has arrived at Barça. He's not been overawed by the expectation. Like I say, maybe that Lewandowski signing, he's just slipped under the radar. He's just been able here to go about his game, to arrive in a Barcelona shirt, and just look at that goal. Look at what he's produced there. Another sensational moment already in Raphinha's Barça career. And just minutes later, he was looking for assists too. You know, this is somebody who's definitely going to look to do both this season, this time popping up on the left-hand side, combining nicely, actually, with Ansu Fati. And again, he is a good example, I feel, of what Lewandowski is going to bring to this team. They're having somebody in that central position who knows where they need to be. He gets across his man well, he gets into the perfect position there to get onto the cross, and he's unlucky in the end that it's blocked, or that will be his first Barcelona goal. But you can see here where he's going to be and how he's going to pick up chances and hopefully score goals in a Barcelona shirt. I did think the first half again was very impressive from Barça. For me, that was the dominant half of the game. You know, he played very, very well there, got real control over Real Madrid. And what we did, I feel, is make them uncomfortable. They didn't enjoy that first half there because Barça simply did not allow it. And in the second half then, we saw a few changes, because on then in the second half came Alejandro Balde, who came on for Jordi Alba, and I think that's already a sign there that Xavi wants to give him opportunities. You know, he's happy with what he's seeing so far from the youngster. Franck also came on there in midfield. Great to see him out there once again. Dembele and Aubameyang coming on in attack. But of course the big change once again, it was De Jong on, but playing in that centre-back position, just like we saw against Inter Miami, and we're going to talk about Xavi's words on that from after the game shortly. And it was then about 20 or so minutes later then when we got another wave of subs coming on, when all the changes then were completed, because it was Iñaki Peña came on for Ter Stegen, Piqué made his return, Nico into midfield, Sergio Roberto also getting a run out there as well, Dest and Memphis as well on for the match winner. And I did like this move right here, 20 minutes some time there where Barça moving the ball around midfield very, very nicely indeed, and Nico Gonzalez, he's been the real heart of that, and I was impressed again with him here, coming on a bit later in that second half, but again showing real quality. He plays it into Sergio Roberto, then gives it to him back, and he moves it on again really nicely. They open up the space, and look who it is. Once again, Franck advancing, getting forward there into a really dangerous area, and again, this should be a goal. Very unfortunate that it wasn't once again. The finish there saved by Courtois, but Kessié, he is a real danger in every area of the field, and you can see that right here, because again, he's exploding into the space. He doesn't hang around. He looks to pick up these kind of balls, and when he gets them, he's driving forward there. Dembele on the right-hand side here, good ball into him. I thought, again, this was going to be a goal for Barça, but it is a good save, and again, we can't quite get that finishing touch at the end of it, but just look at this. This was an example here of not only about there Kessié's athleticism, you know, the way that he can carry himself and handle himself throughout the field, but that technical quality. This is a guy who can play there. This ball is coming down from a great height. He just picks it out the air. Wonderful touch there. He's taken out, but the ball then moves on to Sergio Roberto. And I've also got to give a little bit of praise here to Roberto. I thought he came on and actually had a good cameo. In Clásicos, you know, they seem to bring the best out of him. He can make these explosive runs in midfield. Again, he opens up the field here, picks the right pass to Dembele, who again's got a chance on goal, and this is a really top save from Courtois to deny him in the end. But as you can see here, Barça certainly had chances in this game to score more than one goal. Of course, we are further along in our pre-season plans than Real Madrid. You would have to say that. But I'm pleased with what I've seen here. I'm pleased again with the attitude of this team. The fact that we seem to be so high on confidence right now. We believe we win this game. We knew in our hearts coming into it that we should be winning it. And that's how we feel right now. Barça growing in stature, growing in confidence. And these are only Good signs. Now, after the game, reflecting, of course, on the performance that he'd seen, Xavi said that at Barça, there are no friendly matches. He said, we always want the win, especially when we play Real Madrid. But he said, I thought we were better today. I'm happy with the performance that I've seen. He did say the first half was excellent. The second half, maybe there was a few more complications. There was things that we could improve. And, of course, he was also asked about signings. Would he like to add another centre-back to the team there? He said, the more that we have, the more options at our disposal, the better. He said, especially this year with the World Cup, he said the calendar is going to be even tighter than normal. But he said on Koundé, they're asking him a lot about Jules Koundé. He said, I can't say anything right now, although that deal still seems to be heading in a really good direction for Barca. But what about Frenkie de Jong? Because again, deployed at centre-back, hasn't really looked particularly happy recently. Of course, we all know about the rumours that are swirling around him. But Xavi said there, it's not a message. He said, I'm not here to send messages to anyone. He said, I do like him a lot as a player. He said, I feel at centre-back he can give us a lot. He can adapt to that position. We want our centre-backs to distribute the ball well. And he does that very, very well indeed. But Xavi did say, we have had a private conversation. We've had important conversations with Frenkie de Jong. He said, I'm not going to reveal them here. He said he is a key player, though, and I do value him. But there's the economic situation, and there is financial fair play, which again casts doubt on the future of de Jong. But still really, without any concrete resolution from either side at this stage. And I thought it was interesting as well. Xavi there was asked about Gerard Piqué's return to the team, whether he will, emerge straight back into the starting lineup. But Xavi did stay firm. He said Piqué will start from scratch, just like everybody else in the team. Here, it is not the names that are important, but the performances, and that is something that we've got to stick to here throughout the season. We've got so much ability, so much strength in depth right now in our squad that every single player and every single position, it should be picked on merit alone. You earn your place, we've got quality, and we have to see that if you're going to play. So that right there, guys, was some full reaction to El Clasico in the USA. I really did enjoy the occasion. I enjoyed the game. And of course, above all else, I very much enjoyed that result. And what a goal it was from Raphinha. Please do let me know all of your thoughts there on the game and the performances in El Clasico. Which players impressed you in this clash? Please do let me know all of that down below. And we move on now to our very next game against Juventus. I will see you soon with more videos to come. Thank you for joining me here today at the later time that it is. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.